I truly believe that sports is the only thing kids got left to hold them accountable, right? Like now, kids go chat GPT and get the answers. You can go online and get the answers. People give you, so you don't know who's smart. They just smart enough to get by, right? Sports, you can't cheat. If you're not working out, it's going to show. If you're not training, it's going to show. It's going to show one way or the other. So I always try to speak to this. Now, one of the things I'm in a different space in my life at this point. You know, I've been coaching since I was 23. I'm now 40. And I still love coaching. I love coaching, like with all my heart. Like I can literally be going through the worst time, bill collectors, whatever, right? I go out coaching, I'm locked in. I feel like I'm playing. Like I'm in there, I'm focused, I'm locked in, right? And the times has changed for that though. I don't think people want coaching. I think they want to coach. Let me make sense of that for you. Coaching is like mentorship. Like you're building a kid up. You're building a kid up. You have a strategy. Yeah, there's some times a kid might not understand you. You might not understand him or her, but that's part of every relationship. That's part of a parent-kid relationship. I mean, we're adults versus kids. We're not going to think alike. So we're trying to find a medium ground. But it is a responsibility for a coach to make sure you still keep a soft space, not too vulgar, not too critical of the player at times, right? Depending on the age, of course. But kids don't want that. Parents don't want that no more. From my experience, they want a coach to show up for the game, schedule the game, and maybe call some plays out, come with a clipboard, come with a basketball, and just make sure the practices start and end on time. That's a coach. Like you can get your cafeteria lady to do that, right? That's why you see so many dads like, you know what? I'm gonna start my own team and make my kid a star, because they look at coaching as like a high-profile babysitting job, right? Versus how I grew up and how I studied the game. I wanted to make a difference in a young person's life. I can still remember some of the stuff my coaches told me and showed me when I was 16 years old, 15 years old. Those memories, those lessons last way longer than any Nike shoe I ever had. I can't tell you at 16 what a Nike shoe I had. I can't tell you that. I don't know. But I can tell you what Coach Marv, Coach Bob had told me. I can tell you that. And kids don't like it. Another reason, the climate has changed for me as a coach. There were certain things that was earned before you did it. For instance, prep school. Kids going to prep school. You had to earn that right. You just couldn't be like, oh, I think I'm good. I'm going to prep school. I'm better than all the 7th graders here. I'm going to prep school. Oh, I'm getting a year back. My first time seeing a player get held back was when I was a sophomore, junior, and not even held back going to prep school. It was a guy named DeJuan Robinson. DeJuan Robinson played for my high school before I got there. He averaged 31 points. 31 points as a senior. He ended up going to Maine prep school. I don't know his stats there, but ended up going to the University of Rhode Island after that. He was borderline NBA. He was like on a Clippers team, but then he ended up playing overseas for several years. Actually was a guest on the show, so shout out to him. There was another guy named Danny Rump who went to prep school, then Western Kentucky. Unfortunately, passed away playing basketball, but still, in all, a really good player. And then there was another guy named Mustafa Shakur. Mustafa Shakur played for a public school, then got a year, then went to a prep school, got a year back, but he was a 6'3" point guard at that time. And maybe his brothers felt like he needed some development, so he got held back. Then he ended up going to Friends Central, and then going to the University of Arizona, and he was in and out of the NBA for several years, going back and forth to the NBA and overseas. So these guys that I just mentioned were guys who clearly can play. Maybe they needed some more weight on them. Maybe they need to fix their grades. Maybe whatever the case may be. But they was clearly Division I players. Now, I never forget, I was coaching this kid. This kid was about 5'8". He was 5'8". Exceptionally athletic for his size, right? I don't even want to say 5'8". I want to say he was about 5'6", 5'5". Exceptionally athletic for his age. Great speed, but really couldn't shoot. He also wasn't coachable. Like, he was hard to coach. His mom came to me one time. She was kind of stressed out in some ways. She was like, Sean, he wants to go. I said, Ma, he wants to go. He wants me to get him a year back going into the 8th grade. No, it was the 9th grade, going into the 9th grade. And I'm like, I'm trying to like sugarcoat it. I'm trying to be respectful. But the honest truth and full transparency was, why? He's 5'6". He's 5'6", he can't shoot, and he has a bad attitude. Here's the thing to the families who think about holding their kid back before they get to high school. Don't do it. The reason why I say that, you don't know how your kids is going to be when they get around other people. When they go to that teenage stage, they get a girlfriend, you don't know how they're going to be with basketball anymore. I'll never forget, I had a kid who was about 6'3". He could dribble, all this stuff. And I was like, man, he going to be nice. He going to be nice. Man, he was on Instagram sophomore year, every other picture, kissing his girlfriend. You ask fellow coaches, hey, how's he doing? He don't come to practice, and he got all these excuses. You got to wait for kids to develop, and then you see. Because then they see their potential. Junior year, going into your senior year, you like, man, my kid is getting some looks from these Division I schools. Man, if he had one more year to bulk up, one more year of focus, because he already focused, he already locked in, he already training, he already doing the things that need to be done. I don't have to ask him to go do it. I'm willing to take a chance on giving him a prep school, especially considering how colleges are recruiting players now. Especially considering those things. But if they go in 9th grade, like, just relax. Let them start growing some facial hair. My man E right here, right? My man E, he came in my program humble, right? He started growing a mustache. All of a sudden, he trying to tell me how to coach. But nah. Another thing, I'll probably spend some time on this topic because I truly believe that there are people my age who's watching this and people young watching this as well. Not truly believe, I know, just based off the analytics. Another thing about it, another thing that AAU or club or travel club, it changed is when kids start playing for multiple teams. That wasn't a thing when I was growing up. Like, I remember Sean Livingston was playing with the what is it called? The Atlanta Celtics AAU team. But they flew him in for a Vegas tournament, whatever, right? But that was Sean Livingston. That was a 6'6" point guard who went from high school to the NBA. So that makes sense. But now it's like you got 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds playing for 3-4 different teams. So yes, they're getting their reps, their game reps, 1,000%. But ultimately what's happening is they're not understanding winning. They're not understanding the importance of being a winner. And let's face it, most of our kids are going to be guards, point guards, shooting guards. They're all around the same height. The only difference that's going to separate your kid from another kid, unless he's 6'10", 6'9", or something like that, is his ability to understand the game and understand winning. So if you're sitting and you're like, oh, my kid play on 4 or 5 different teams, all you're doing is just running the bill up because he or she is not learning anything. I've witnessed kids, second day of tournaments, they lose a game for one team, and you see them change their clothes like Superman in a phone booth and go to another team and start playing with them because their parents got them on 2-3 different teams. That kid didn't learn nothing that day. All he know is play basketball. That's it. He just know to play basketball. He don't know how to win. He don't understand winning. He's not soaking in the loss. When we used to lose, you thinking about that the whole ride home. Damn, man, I missed that layup, man. If I would have put my arm, if I would have released that ball a little higher, bro, that joint went in and out. Man, it hit the back of the rim. It felt so good coming off my hands, bro. Now imagine I played like 3 games that day with 2 different teams, 3 different teams. I got 2 different roles, I did all that. I don't remember none of that. I just remember my last game. I don't remember the first game I played. I don't remember the first game I played when I had 8 turnovers. I just remember that one game that I liked. That one game that was fun for me. That's what I remember. And then the parents, y'all spending all this money, and then y'all wondering, yo, my kid can't crack the varsity team for this high profile school. Well, the mentality messed up. While you was having your kid play on 4 or 5 different teams, some of these parents had them not even playing on a team. I interviewed Jabari Walker and Samaki Walker. Samaki Walker talked about how he told Jabari, how he had Jabari not playing no travel ball his junior year. I got friends, my man Scoop Jardine, a University of Syracuse legend. I was like, yo, man, I want you to get on my team. He ain't ready for it yet. He ain't taking it serious yet. I'm looking at the other end of the court. Ain't he working out right there? Nah, that's his Tuesday answer. He ain't really locked in like I want him to lock in yet. Okay. I see him a year later, his son doing his thing. Another thing, and this goes back to the coaching part, right? Kids don't even value coaches who play basketball. Like they really enjoy the coaches who, not to say they enjoy it or dislike or anything like that, but they really enjoy not being coached. Just give me a platform to play basketball and give me some cool gear and we good, right? So for me, when I see a kid, I tell him, yeah, man, I played Division II. I could have played Division I if I didn't make a mistake with my eligibility. I've been coached under, I've been mentored under some pretty good coaches who coached in the NBA. I've been doing it for a while. So I got a resume where I can at least teach you something. I can show you a little something. Kids don't even pick your brain. They don't even want to know what I saw on the court. They don't even want to know. I probably out of not all my years, probably in the last 3 or 4 years, I probably had one kid come to me and be like, yo, did I do good in this system? Did I do what you asked me to do like last time? One kid. I've coached hundreds in 3 years. One kid. So it's crazy to see like basketball going in a place that it's going. I'm not going to lie to you. It's probably more passionate than I want to be on here. That is very disheartening. It's very disheartening. Not just because I love basketball, but more so because I really genuinely care about the kids. I really hate to see them play with a false perception. Also, as an adult, I want to make, like for me, yes, I train for money. I have a program for all those things, but I like to give everybody a bang for their buck. You train with me for an hour, I'm asking the parent, hey, you mind if we go about 10 minutes, 15 minutes over? I want to do some more stuff. I'm not looking at the clock. It's 11 o'clock, 11:59, time to start packing up. I get people now, they like, yeah, you going over on time. You know, I gotta go. You like, okay. You don't want a little bit more? Hey, okay. But it's just disheartening to see. It's disheartening to see the kids and the parents just be so led in a false perception, and they thinking like, oh, my kid's playing with this team. They playing with this team. Bro, I never switched teams. You know why I never switched teams, E? Because my team wasn't bad. We had good players, but was it the best in the city? No. I wanted the opportunity to be on a court and to be able to do the things that from all angles, right? I remember one summer I had to play the point. Then one summer I played the small forward. The summer started, I played the power forward. And I worked my way through all them positions, and I understood where everyone needs to be at all times. I get kids, or I've been around kids or seen kids where they only want to play one position. They won't even take the ball out. No, yeah, take the ball out, bro. Take the ball. What? You take the ball out. Like you really like only can play point? You know what I'm saying? So it's like for me, is one of them things like a lot of kids are led in the wrong direction. And it's disheartening for me. It's disheartening for me.